Alright, so I am going to set up my gold sluice for the first time. So I'm going to create the pitch for my sluice using a bucket. This is my house here in Missouri. It's beautiful here. It's kind of mountainous back there. Very small though compared to Colorado where we just were. I have some pay dirt from El Dorado here, and I actually bought a bag of pay dirt to try this new sluice out. This Dream Mat, Prospector's Mat 4x18. I got some fittings here. This pretty much just screwed right into the back of it. I thought I'd need other stuff and it just went in. I bought this valve so potentially I can regulate the water from the water hose. By adding this valve here, maybe it'd be a little easier to control with this ball valve rather than the hose bib. So one of these fittings needs to go in here. I'm not going to use any Teflon tape or glue or anything like that. It can trickle a little out the back. As far as I'm concerned, this is my first time, so I'm going to try to cut this bucket down. It says online when I'm researching the pitch of the sluice box that 1 inch per foot. And plumbing, it's 1/8 of an inch per foot for drain line, so I'm used to that. So the equation to 18 inches would be 1.5 inches, because it's 1.5 feet, 1.5 inches, and we will cut it out. So I would use a multi-tool or something, but I think this will work. This is a pretty handy little PVC cutting tool that I use for a lot of stuff. So I'm pretty sure I could just cut it, use my saw or my razor knife and score it, and it should break right off there. This is an old bucket that I use to carry my mud knives around. Could have probably bought some new stuff. This is a concrete mixing pan. I'm just gonna rinse them out real good and go ahead and use that. I mean, it's gonna get dirt in it anyway, so it's dirty already. So that was pretty easy. I was able to do that in 30 seconds. I mean, how long is this video? Probably not very long. So in theory, this should be the proper pitch for the sluice box. You know, I could grab the level, which I probably should do. Go ahead and grab the 2-foot level and check the pitch. Put the level on the high end and measure the distance between the low end and the level, and generally that's how you get your pitch. So I'm going to hook all this stuff up. Get a little stub for the other side of this valve. And we'll shove this. I had one more of those. Oh, I used it for that. So, haha, can't do it this way, which is fine. I don't need to regulate that water that way right off the bat. For now, I'm just going to get this set up without cleaning all this stuff out and run some water through it, man. I'm very eager to do this. This is my first time, so you can probably tell it's my first time. And that's good. You gotta start somewhere. I'm looking forward to this. We'll go ahead and rest this water hose up on this chair so it doesn't weigh it down and tip it over. And, you know, I watched a video saying Home Depot sand has gold in it. I mean, I don't believe it. Maybe. We're gonna run it. Why not? I'm just messing around. That'll get me used to operating this sluice box. I do have a bag of actual pay dirt. I got a little bit from El Dorado, but I'm gonna run some of this through it first just to see how it works and check the riffles and see what the vortices look like and everything, and just kind of get a feel for it before I potentially waste pay dirt in the sluice box. So I'm gonna practice a little bit. So let's turn it on. This is the first time this sluice box has ever seen water. This is the first time I've ever put water through a sluice box. This is pretty cool. So that looks like pretty good pressure. Maybe a little more. And it looks pretty sweet. I'm excited. So I didn't think about it. This bucket is going to float. So I'm not going to put a rock in it. I'll just fill it with water. As long as there's more water than the water that's in the pan, it shouldn't really float with all that weight on it. So let's go ahead and get this filled up a bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to set my GoPro up on the tripod, and we'll make this a separate video. So cool, my first time. This is pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to doing this more in life. I cannot wait to get out to a claim or to go prospecting. It's going to be probably the most fun I've ever had. I got to pan for the first time in the wild in Colorado, and man, it is thrilling. It's one of the cheapest, most pleasurable things you'll ever experience, in my opinion. So all right, I'm gonna turn the AC off, tripod, set up the tripod, and we'll get sluicing. Subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Superlative Contracting, and I'll see you next time.